hands together for the very funny Ammon Brown, everybody. Ammon Brown.
Thank you. I love me too. Whoa. So, this is a pretty good crowd. Kind of reminds me of home. From a family of 8 kids, so I'm used to these kinds of crowds. My parents actually, they chose the rhythm method as their birth control method, and they're white, so the whole rhythm thing ain't gonna fly. So 8 kids later, we actually had 10 kids, but they hired a veterinarian as a babysitter, and they're like, put him to sleep at 9.
No way.
I know! That is actually not true, sir. You are correct. He's like, no, I don't believe you. No, I don't have any kids myself. I'm too much of a procrastinator. But I am married. I actually got married really young when it was, it wasn't 2 months' salary, it was 2 months' allowance. So that worked out. My wife's Asian. I actually, we're a really good couple because she needed citizenship and I needed help on my math homework. So that worked nicely. But it's funny, my brother actually, his girlfriend wanted to get married and she wanted like a really big diamond ring. Like, he can't afford 2 carats. He's like, no way. So he took her to see the movie Blood Diamond. Totally backfired. He had to dump her. It turns out she's a huge racist.
Wow.
I know. No way again. Also, not true. But, so I'm going to pull out my paper as well, and I'm going to have my inner dialogue. Nice, I know. Now, my brother and I used to play a lot of jokes on each other when we were younger. He would, sneak in and replace my toothpaste with, like, Ben Gay or something. Yeah, it's not fun. So I replaced his insulin with heroin. When he woke up from the coma, I called him from juvie and I was like, I win this round. That's right. He actually got me back recently. He got me back good. He stole my cell phone and he replaced my ringtone with the sound of a really loud fart. And then he calls me when I'm in like a really crowded cafe and I just hear and I'm like, oh my God, that sounded close. I think it was me because I felt my pants vibrate. Oh God. But sometimes when my cell phone's on vibrate, I think it's my restless leg syndrome acting up. No, that's actually a real disease. I thought it was a load of bullshit too, but then I shared needles with someone that had it. I live in Brooklyn, as she mentioned. They just built an Ikea in Brooklyn. Yes, let's give it up for cheap furniture. They built that place in like 4 days. And I can't build one of their bookshelves in 4 days. And they slapped this entire building up. It's like the whole building came in a box the size of a loaf of bread, and they had like 2 guys armed with an Allen wrench and instructions written in Swedish putting it together. And if they're anything like me, there's going to be like 9 really important looking parts left over, like sitting on the side, like, oh shit, what the, like the back wall is upside down and backwards, because that's kind of how I build their shit. The door doesn't close, because, the whole building's crooked. I love that stuff, but I know, bad, huh? That one hits from time to time. But it's tough being a white guy in New York sometimes, because cabs just randomly stop for me all the time. I know. Well, no, they'll pull right up next to me and they'll be like, white man, need a taxi? And I'm like, dude, I'm in my car at a traffic light. I think I got this. Thank you, though. I do much appreciate it. But I have a car in the city. I wanted one of those really, really big SUVs, but my wife is, she's green and eco-conscious and a vegetarian, so I drive a hummus. It gets really good gas mileage, but I'm still really feeling the price of gas lately. I don't know if any of you other arsonists are as well. It's expensive, man. It's expensive. I tried switching to solar power, but on a cloudy day, you're sitting on top of a warehouse with a magnifying glass, like waiting for a break in the clouds. You're like, come on, it's broad daylight. I tried switching to biofuels, but like torching an abandoned warehouse with ethanol just doesn't give you that same sexual thrill. This guy's like, he is correct. That is correct. Yes, I'm with you there. But I'm an eco-conscious arsonist. I actually plant a tree every time I torch a building to offset my carbon footprint. So it works out pretty well. So a guy came up to me the other day and he asked me if I was a registered Democrat. And I was like, no, I'm a... Yes! It's like, no, I'm a registered sex offender. And he was like, no, we don't need Republicans. It's cool. I know. But no, I am following politics. I just love Barack Obama, man. That guy's awesome. Yeah. He finishes up a speech and I just breathe a big sigh of relief because I can be heterosexual again. I'm like, he's like one of the only people in the world who can turn me temporarily gay. Hillary Clinton's the other one. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.